We're live. Hey guys. So, as you know, I like to bring people in here to show you guys that we're real people with real results. And so, today I have a very special guest here, Samana, which is going to be
Hi.
sharing, yes, hi. So she's going to be sharing her journey, her story. Like I think that a lot of people would like to listen to her because I like to hear her story all the time when we have talked before. So here she is. I'm gonna let her introduce herself. Go ahead.
Hi, everybody. Namaste. This is Samana Bandari. I am originally from Nepal. I am a registered nurse. I am a mom and I am a wife. I am a mom of almost 3 years old toddler, and I live in Minnesota, USA. And I've been here in this country for around 8.5 years. So yeah, I'm enjoying my journey and I am glad to be here early in the morning. I hope everybody will enjoy our interview.
Yes, thank you so much. All right,
Yeah.
let's get let's get started. So, what were your pains and struggles before you came across this business?
So yeah, oh my God, I think like most of the moms can relate to me. So working as a registered nurse, it had my life was basically working and coming home. There was no like my real life. Me and my husband. My husband is also in the healthcare field, so we used to do our own work, and we used to barely see each other. I used to work nights, he used to work days, and that was our life, just normal. I think like most of us immigrants, we do a very hard work because we have to look after our parents or back home, and we have no family members here in the country. So yeah, that's what I used to do.
Mm,
And yeah, and then later we decided to expand our family, and my son was born around in 2020 in February. And we all know there was a pandemic. It hit us in USA in March 2020. So my husband was still working as a physician, and he had to stay away from us for 3 months in isolation while I had my newborn 1 month old baby.
wow.
And yeah, so that was the time I really realized that we have family, how important is the family time. And I really felt like we need to have more togetherness. So you never know, our life is unpredictable. You never know, today we are here and tomorrow we don't know about the tomorrow. So I really felt like our family time is so important that we have to um, spend together and make memories, because that's the only thing that we cherish in the future. So, and while I was in the maternity leave, I was thinking maybe I'll stay 6 months before my having my son. I thought like maybe I'll have a 6 month of maternity leave and I'll go back to the work. But this pandemic really made me realize that how important the family time is. So I decided to stay at home maybe at least a year of taking care of my son, and also spending more kind of quality time. And yeah, and then when I spent um, those quality time, I really loved everything I did, because I had never any chance to stay at home and really cherish the time with my even husband and the family. And when I was also working back home in Nepal, I always worked 2 jobs. I always was busy. I don't even remember much of spending time after I started working with my family, with my mom and dad and my sisters. So, and that time, that 1 year, a period of time really made me realize um, that how important it is, and how happy we get when we get to spend time with
Mm,
our family, or get to know us better as well, because we never have any time to even think about ourselves or do our self-care or anything like that. So
yes.
yeah, and that made me realize like, oh, I don't want to go back to job again.
Yeah.
So yeah, those were my pains. And the struggle was, you know uh, I have always, like I said, I have always worked two jobs before I stayed in the maternity leave, and staying at home and not being able to earn was kind of like, it was hitting me hard, because I was always independent. I was never dependent on anybody. And that of course my husband is there to help me and support me, but having our own financial freedom or financial independence, I think that's very important, and that we don't really realize it until we get to that place. So I it really hit me hard at that time too, because I was not earning at all. And I felt like, I have my parents. I mean, we are only three sisters, and we don't have any brothers or anybody else. And in Asian family, we kind of take care of our family back. I mean, like my own mother, and I mean parents too. So I kind of felt like I have to, look after my parents too. So I cannot really stay at home and not earn. Of course,
Yeah.
enjoying the motherhood, and motherhood is like an entire different journey, and it's a different work. Like, it's like working two jobs while taking care of your baby. But still, I had that kind of thoughts in my mind. And yeah, those were my struggles and pains before I started this business.
Thank you for sharing that. You know what? Because a lot of people have, I'm sure, have been going through that, especially during the pandemic. A lot of
Yeah,
us, during the pandemic, I was also fortunate enough to be able to stay home. But I know people that had to go to work, and I was thinking, wow, how sad it is that you don't know when you will see them again, or if you will, because
yeah,
this virus was so new to all of us that we didn't know what to expect, and so we were just afraid to even see our loved ones because we didn't, because they didn't want to like pass anything to us, or or vice versa. You don't know. The thing is that that's when you realize how precious life is, and how we should cherish every moment that we have with our loved ones.
exactly.
So,
And
yeah,
especially
unfortunately.
like, I didn't want it to go to work also, because we don't know what kind of viruses. They were still like looking for the treatment and all. And I didn't want it to go and bring those disease back home. Who knows what will happen? So yeah, I totally can relate to you as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just so sad because I did lose family members because of this. So
Oh wow.
this is why I say, like, our heroes, obviously the front run, the people that were right there in the front lines. It was all healthcare workers, and I'm like, like, this is why I feel like a lot of healthcare workers are here in our community, and they've decided to start their own business because they know how it is that they're risking their lives every day, and they see
Exactly.
lives pass every day too, like it's
Yes.
I feel like they cherish life more than most of the people that don't have to see this day by day. But
Yeah,
yeah, so thank you
I
for
agree.
sharing that with us. And
Sure.
let's see, your next question. Oh, what has this business done for you? Like, how has this changed ever since you started?
There are so many things. I mean, I love this question because this has really changed my life. I was such a shy person when I started this business. I did not use Facebook. I had deactivated myself for 6 years, and I was totally new to the Facebook when I came back to it. I had no idea how to post the stories. I used to get so scared. It was so scary for me to even post a status or even post a picture of mine.
Mhm.
But I think like this business, and then when I found out about this business, when I saw so many people thriving and doing so well, being successful, even though I mean, they didn't have any business background. And I thought, like, maybe I can do it as well. And when I started, I got to know so many things in training. I got to know about the social media. I got to know about, like, there are a plethora of things that we can learn from the training side and the community itself. So this has really made I had such a low self-esteem when I stayed at home for 14 months when I was taking care of my son. I felt like, I am no good, I am not productive anymore, I'm losing my skills, and I was not learning anything, and I was losing whatever I had. So that kind of made me really low. And at one point I was also looking for the nursing jobs online. I couldn't find any jobs there, any jobs which was flexible. I found some jobs which were which required me to stay in front of the laptop for 4 to 5 hours. And for being a mom of a toddler, it was not possible for me. And at that time, I really felt low because I felt like, okay, there is no jobs for me at all in this world, probably. And I
Mm-hmm.
felt like maybe I have to stay at home for 5 more years until my son goes to school.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of made me really, I don't know, I was enjoying the motherhood, but on the other side of my career or productivity, I was feeling low as well. So my mind was not very balanced at the time. And when I started this business, I found out that it can be done. It is so flexible. I can take care of my son and I can also do this business on the side. And that really boosts up my, what do you say, the
Confidence.
productivity, my confidence. Yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
then my self esteem, everything. So I started gaining and learning as well, and then earning too. So this has provided me the financial freedom that I was always looking for. And
Yeah.
and my husband and me and my husband used to even talk about it, and then my husband was so happy that I was happy too. Because I used to get really, I don't know, I used to get hit
Fat.
by small things. But when you
Because yeah.
don't work and get dependent on somebody else, I think like
Yeah.
small things really, um it really hits you. And
Yeah.
I used to become sad, and those kind of things were happening in my life at the time. But then when I started this business, I started becoming happy, and I started becoming productive. I
Yeah.
started having the friendship with the people from all around the world, and who are like-minded like me. At first I used to feel so lonely. I felt like there is no friends for me,
Yeah.
because I was not working, and then I was getting away from my work, co-workers. And you don't really get in touch with other friends also when you're not working at all. So yeah. And I was getting to know people, I was getting to connect with the people, and I was also earning on the side, which was way more than I would earn from my nursing job. And I was also growing as a confident person. And I have grown so much that I would have never imagined coming in live in front of you, in front of all the all of the viewers like this, never in my life. And here I am today, and this is the huge growth for me itself.
Yeah.
So this business has done everything that I had expected, and it is beyond my expectation. So I'm really truly thankful that, thank God, I found this business. The day I found that business was, I think I'm the luckiest person who found it. And I'm really really happy and thankful, and I feel so blessed every single day. So I started this business 18 not 18, 1.5 years ago, more than a little bit more than half 1.5 years ago. And since then I have been thankful. Every single day when I wake up, I'm just joyful, happy, and really grateful. And my gratitude and everything has grown so much, and I'm really happy for that. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, it's you know what, I completely relate to you because when I started this business as well, I was not working. My husband was the only one providing, and so yes, I completely understand as a mother. Me, I have always been working ever since I was 16. Well, actually before that,
Wow.
but like my or legally legally I started working at 16. But yeah, I so I know how you feel, that you just so used to earning your own money that you don't like to rely on other people for that
Yeah,
one. So
exactly.
and then being able to send it to your home, like, yeah, it's because you feel like you can't just grab his money and send it to like, because you feel like, oh, I feel like you didn't earn it, but you did because you're a mom and you're doing the more than what other people are doing in their jobs. But yeah, I completely relate to you, and that's why yeah, I understand what you're coming from. Let's go for the next question.
Should we read some comments, maybe?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Let's see who's here, who's showing. Oh, unfortunately some of them we cannot see their names for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow,
Oh,
so many people are watching us.
yes, thank you guys for supporting us. Let's see what they're saying. Oh, hey beautiful ladies, hey beautiful. Right back at you. Watching live from North Carolina. Oh wow, North Carolina in the house. Hey Miriam and Savannah, watching live. Awesome. Thank you for watching. Miriam and Savannah, watching live. Was that the same one? Let's see. Oh, see, they feel you. Some people relate to you. They know what you're where you come
Thank you. Yeah.
from. I love the way she.
From
Ooh,
New
New
Jersey.
Jersey.
Hello.
Hello, all the way to New Jersey. Let's see. Can't wait to go to New Jersey. There's a lot of business
Me
partners.
too, right? I used to live in New York and I'm like, oh my goodness, I started business in Minnesota. But yeah, I would love to go back again.
Watching from the US and then here.
Hi.
Good
Hi,
morning.
Lena.
Lena, watching live from Texas. Ooh, look at Dallas.
Yay.
During the pandemic, I see. I'm sorry because I have to go like really close to my to my camera because I need glasses. The business
My
is
kids are
yes, it
wearing
is
up
a
for you.
blessing.
Yes. It's a blessing. Thank you, Lena. Yes.
Yes. Montreal, Canada in
Wow.
the house. Thank you for watching. Eden. Hello.
Hi.
Thank you
Thank
for
you for
supporting.
watching, everybody.
Yes. All right. Let's go to the next question that a lot of people are sure want to hear. What was your biggest payday? Remember, we're talking about the payday, not a well, not a week, just one day.
Just a payday. I mean, this is I feel like I am blessed to say that because like I said, it's beyond my imagination that I have earned whatever I have earned. And my biggest payday was in one day I have earned around 9,000 US dollars. So that's more than my 2 months of nursing salary in one day.
One day.
Yeah, and that's amazing, and I am so blessed to have that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like a lot of people think that, oh, it's that's not possible. How can she do this? How is it possible? Because guys, the reason why things this is possible because we have a really amazing companies that pay us. That's why it's
Yeah,
possible. We're able to get paid for helping
because
others
of
start their own business.
yes, and we have amazing system that even though
Yes.
we don't have any business background, we get to learn from there. And I think like if I can do it, anybody anybody in the world can do this as well.
Exactly, the training. Earlier when you mentioned about how you felt like you weren't doing anything, you weren't learning, because you were so used to in the nursing field learning everything new, everything that came new, you had to learn, right? So
Yeah,
I felt like that too because I was like, what am I doing here? I feel like I need to go back to school or something. But guys, so the training it's like you're going back to school, but in a good great way because you get to do it whenever you're available, whenever you have time. So if you're free
exactly.
for a couple of minutes, go in there, learn a little. And then the things that you learn, a lot of people actually pay for so for what we learn. So
Yeah, and that's what I always like mention wherever I talk is this business is like a university. We pay a lot to go to study in the university, right? So this is like an entire everything, the training systems, and with the support, with the mentor and co-support, we get to learn so much that we don't even get to learn in the university. I guarantee that. And on top of that, we get to earn as well. So
yeah,
I always say that it's learning and earning at the same time from this business. And how amazing is that? Like
yeah,
if even if we go to our normal university, we have to pay, right? We just study, we pay for it. And then after that, we again have to find a job. Again, there's another struggle. We have to trade our time with the money again. And then you don't even know if you're going to get the best job that you were looking for. You might have to start from zero level. But there are lots of struggles. And by the time you earn, it's already so much of time you have lost already.
yeah,
So here we're not losing our time at all because we're learning at the same time and earning too. And we
yes,
get to, and the most amazing thing is like we get to spend our time with the family. It's so flexible that you don't have to trade your time with this business. you can do it anytime. Like I was working yesterday in the after my son was asleep already. So
Mm,
that's when I get to work, because when I have a son who is a toddler, I don't get time the whole day. So I just study. I just work when he's asleep, and that's when I earn too. So
yes.
that's what I love about this business. There is no time commitment. There is no deadlines that uh, we have to like prepare something and do it by this time. Nothing like that. We are our own boss, and we can do it anytime from anywhere in the world. And there is no like stress about it. We can go our own pace. And you know the more I talk about this business, I fall in love every single day.
That makes two of us. Yes. But like you were
So
saying right
yeah,
now, I'm doing it from the comfort of my bed.
exactly.
Once we're done, I'm gonna hit the bed again.
Right. So yeah, this is the most amazing. I have actually like searched for so many other businesses while I was. So I was in the home for taking care of my son for 14 months, and in that 14 months time of period, believe me, I searched so many of things like I could do from home. And because I did not want it to go back to job, I did not want it to put my son into the daycare, because I was raised by my mom, and I didn't want it to have my son be raised by somebody else, or maybe taken care by somebody else, because me being me as a mom, I know more about my son, and I know how to take care of him. I know about his emotions and everything. So I really wanted to be with him. So I didn't want to put him anywhere, and I didn't want it to go back to job at all. It kind of stressed me out so much if I even would think about going back to work. So I searched so many of things that I could find ever. And I also looked for the other businesses. But all businesses I found is, even they say it's online, there is so much of physical work behind the scene. Like
Mhm.
they were making the stuff, they were selling the stuff. Here we don't have to make anything, we don't have to sell directly anything. We don't have to work physically. I was at home, my back home in Nepal, for 7 months in vacation, and I was able to do my business from there as well. If I
Awesome.
had to sell something, if I had to like collect any inventories, I would not have been able to do the business from back home, because my inventories would be here in USA. So
Yes.
this is that flexible. I have been able to go to so many vacations. In this year, I already went for 5 vacations, and I would not have been able to do that if I was working in job, or I was doing something else kind of businesses. So yeah, it's like totally a different model, but then it's amazing. Anybody who will like learn more deeply about this business, I can guarantee you will fall in love again and again.
Yes, one of the things that you mentioned is being able to go and take it to Nepal because it's very portable. And I remember when I went to Mexico, in different parts of Mexico, different states, and being able to not worry about like, oh, first of all, asking for permission for you to take vacation. Second of all, for you to like you said, not to worry about any inventory or any type, or like doing parties for your friends so they can you don't have
Exactly.
to do
Yeah.
any of that. And it's
We don't
it's
have to bug and chase anybody.
exactly. And so that is truly amazing, and then still be able to get home and get paid, or like, because I'm sure you got home and you had a pile of checks waiting for you.
Exactly, and I was sharing that in my with some of my with teammates as well. Like I just went to a vacation 2 weeks ago in Florida, and before I went to the vacation, literally I had checks in my mails, and I deposited it. And then when I was in the Florida, and my checks was again arriving in the mailbox, because we get to know from the emails that we have a mails arriving. So there were checks again while I was in the vacation, and after I came from vacation, there was more checks. I don't know where we get paid to go to vacation, and it was all paid. My
Yes.
vacation was all paid, and I was earning more than that. So,
Yeah.
like you said, it's like amazing. We get paid. You never know when it's a surprise pay all the time.
Exactly, but it's a
Yeah,
blessing because you know that your work business is working while you're having fun.
exactly,
And who doesn't
exactly.
love to? I mean, people that love to travel, like this is a perfect thing for them. I love to travel, that's why I love it. But the thing is that my daughter is still in school, and she's in her last year of elementary, so I can't just get up and go because then she she needs to graduate. So she
Yeah.
needs to, so I'm having an older daughter in school. Yeah, it's I don't like to just go and leave her all by herself. My husband works and he travels far sometimes, so so we can't do I can't do that. But like you have a baby still, so you're able to go at anywhere at any time, and it's awesome.
Anytime. I don't even have to worry about asking for the days off, or,
Hmm.
asking somebody else to do my shift. Because at first, when I was working, even if I had to go somewhere, I had to like request somebody else to do my shift so that I can do their shift
Hmm.
later when I come back. And then it will be back to back working like nothing. And then every day, you are so tired when you're working
Yeah.
so hard. And our
Hmm.
nursing job is mostly is 12 hours job. And
Wow.
yeah, I never went to vacation before when I was working as a nurse because
Mhm.
I was always working.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're probably taking shifts for other people that were able to travel.
Yeah.
But no, but I'm glad you see that, because that's when we're so grateful afterwards. Right now we're grateful that now I get to do this, because before we weren't. Like the same thing with me when working as a manager. I had to request days off, and during the holidays there was no way they were going to give me those days off.
Yeah,
So
no ways. Yeah, exactly. During holidays are the worst one.
yes. So
Yeah.
let's go to our next question. What advice would you like to give people that are skeptical? Because we got a lot of those people all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I think skepticism is normal because we, as being a human being, we always want to be on the safe side. We don't want to take much of the risk. But sometimes I think the taking the risk is you have to weigh out the risk as well. You have to see if that's really a risk taking, worth of risk taking or not. And if, of course, we all are scared of going to getting this, they're getting scammed, and there are lots of scam going on in online world, especially when the online world is booming so much. People are kind of getting scammed as well. But
Mhm,
here, I don't think it's a scam as all, because first of all, we don't have to pay anything to watch the workshop. It's free. And when you get to watch the workshop, we get to know so many people, their journey. We get to know a little bit about the business as well, who don't even have the idea. Like for me, the workshop, the presentation was just so mind blowing that had no idea about the business, and that kind of educated me so much. So even if we don't want to move forward in the business, we learn so much by just watching the workshop. And that's totally free. And after that, we get to make our own informed decision, like paying the refundable fee, $149, and that's refundable. We get to know the business model, how we earn so much, how is it possible for the normal people like us who don't even have any business background. And if you don't like it, you get your money back. And if it was a scam, I would say, like, we would not come like this in front of people. We would not show our face. We would not share our journey. If we're not real, we are real people with a different background from all walks of life, and we're sharing our journey. We're sharing ourselves. And if it was a scam, we would not be here talking about ourselves
mhm.
and showing this path to anybody else.
Yeah.
So I would really encourage, or request everybody, if you feel like this is for you, or you want any change, you want any side hustle, which you want flexible, because of course, and nowadays people are doing job because we have to do the jobs too, to make our ends met. But this business is a thing that you can make it as a side hustle, or plan it as a plan B, and also work full time. And this is just a thing that you're building on the side, which will eventually replace your plan A or your job. There are
Mhm,
so many people in our community who have quit their job and doing this business full time, because this has given them so much that they have never even imagined of. So, and even if you want to still keep your job, keep it. There is nobody is going to ask you to quit. It's your decision. It's your you are the boss. So
mhm.
take it as a thing that we want to build on the side, because nowadays after the pandemic, I think like every people has realized that plan A should not be the ultimate plan. We should have always a plan B. You never know, you're going to lose your job, you never know what will happen next day. You know, you don't know. So it's always to have a secure something on the side, which may help you in your hard times as well. And this business has given the blessing to the thousands and thousands of people who are able to get so much things that they had never imagined. For me, I am able to buy this house I'm living right now because I was earning from this business. Even though I was not going to my job, I was able to buy the house for myself. And I
Mhm.
think I have shared it in our group as well. So yeah, take I think it's okay to be skeptical, but weigh it out and see if this for you or not, because you are not going to lose anything. You will make the informed decision to start or not. Nobody is going to force you. There is nobody is going to be like behind you telling you to do this and that. This is your own decision, and you make your own decision, and we're here to help you. We will be there. There will be coaches and mentors to support and every single day, and they are in our fingertips, and whenever we need us, there will be somebody to help us. So yeah, so take your own informed decision, check it out. If the opportunity knocks in front of the door, if you are here in this group, then you are here for a reason. Trust the process and move forward and see if this is for you or not. You never know, this will change your life like it did for me. So yeah, I would heartily, request everybody to at least check it out and see if this is for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is so true. That is a, thank you for sharing that, because there's a lot of people there, thinking, oh, yeah, how's this even possible? And that's the thing, that this is the reason why you pay the 149, because this is an online business. You're gonna be able
Yeah.
to get a pre-coaching videos where you would
Hmm.
understand how this system works, how this whole community, how we are able to earn that amount of money because
Yeah.
of because of the amazing this friend what's the name, affiliated affiliation we have. It's just companies that are generous. So yes, it's possible. And then online world, guys, there's no limit on how much you can make. So if you're a person that likes to earn money, do it on the side. Why not, like Savannah said?
And on top of that, I want to add is like this is a legacy for our kids as well,
Of
so when we start a business, it's a legacy. We can pass that down to our kids too. So this is just my thoughts that I want to share is when we do a job, so let's say I'm working so hard and I became a nurse manager or something like that, and let's say my son is 16 years old, and then let's say I cannot work anymore, then my son cannot become that nursing manager right away, right? He has to go to the graduation, he has to receive all those experiences, and maybe after lots of years, maybe he will reach there. But
Mhm.
business is business. Whenever we leave, our children can catch up from there, they can take it from there, and it is a legacy that they can build for their kids as well.
Yeah.
So we're working hard not for ourselves, but for our whole family and for our kids too. So that's
Yes.
what makes me, and I learned all this, and after I started this business, because I had no idea about this business, any kind of business before. And after I started, I'm like, oh my goodness, how important the business is in our life in today's world, where there is no where there is no prediction like what will happen next. So it's very important to have a business, and it is very hard to trust any kind of businesses out there. And if this business is kind of trustworthy for you, go for it. Yeah, that's what I would just add too.
And then don't let people tell you otherwise. There's always gonna be somebody that's gonna want to try to push you down or whatever. But guys, really, who do you want to listen to? People that are having success and that you can see that it is possible, or people that are just they don't know what they want in their life.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly.
So yeah, I love. I was also very skeptical at the beginning too when I started this business, but I did my due diligence and I was like, this is it. This is what I've been praying for all along. So yes, I'm happy. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Amanda. For let's see if we have anybody here still watching. It's so well explained, totally risk free, and worth checking it out. Thank you. That is so true. Definitely worth it. Okay. Thank you so much for taking your time to share everything with us, and also it's because it's nice to hear from people from and we're here live because I know some people also might have questions, so why not come in here and tell you and give you a peace of mind, because like I said, these are real people. Samana, I'm waiting for you to come to Chicago so we go hang out.
Yes, yes, I can't wait to come there and meet you too.
So, guys, thank you so much for watching us. And if you're ready to take the next step, reach out with that person that invited you into our community, and she will tell you the next step. She or he will tell you the next step. So definitely reach out to them. They will guide you through the process.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. I feel so honored, and it kind of like excited me again, and I'm energized and I'm ready to for the day now.
Yes, me too. I just woke up and I was thinking I was gonna go back to bed, but no, I got a business to run. I'm so glad
Yes,
I'm my
let's
own
work.
boss. They would have fired me by now. Like,
Eh,
what is
well, you can rest if you want. You know, you're your own boss, whatever you want to do, right?
Yes, exactly. Thank you so much again. Thank you guys for watching.
Welcome. Thank you, everybody. Thank everybody. And you came by in the morning and supported us. And here you can see so many people watching. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Take care.